All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Spice and Wolf, episode 8.
All right.
Territorial threat display incoming.
Nah, no.
I hate humans like this.
She got that dog in her.
Right.
But the other one got that dog with her, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, Lawrence, a dude here is just trying to take his armor and just sell it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just make his bread, but this bitch keep eating it, like eating the loaves whole.
And how much you want to bet it's going to be something of like if you're trying to get through this, wolf-infested land, I can help guide you. We don't need your help. No, but we can't, let her know why we don't need her help. No, I'm fine. I can deal with wolves. You don't think I can deal with wolves? It's yeah, but we can't be, she doesn't know that,
But then she's going to want to saunter over and she's going to be like, oh, it's so
gonna
cold
bat
tonight.
those eyelashes.
It's so cold tonight. Oh my goodness. Would you like to share a sheep with me? As if we shouldn't just immediately gorge ourselves upon them,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Or at the very least, subtle just hissing, from the dog,
The playful flirty banter that they've been having might be interspersed with some annoyed jabs.
Which would be fun because in a lot of ways nobody can match these two as far as banter goes.
No.
But meeting new characters that could theoretically match them for banter sounds pretty good.
I mean,
pretty good.
Before he met Holo, Lawrence was talking to his horse.
That's true.
I'll bet this girl talks to her sheep/sheepdog.
My brain went to some other places too. How about we get into this episode? So y'all, without further ado, let's get into it.
Blessings from God in heaven, divine protection.
This voice actress.
Listen to God's word that whispers in the wind. Just as the shepherd should guide their flock, God will guide the shepherd on their way.
Wait.
Through the providence of God's light, the shepherd continues down the righteous path.
Is this Ghost Stories girl? I don't think so. It sounds different, but maybe it's just because she was talking about God in that kind of voice. I was like,
that's yeah. You can't. No, man, no.
Very good little Christian soldier.
Thank you for putting my mind at ease. There is no question you're a good shepherd. If I could ask a favor from this blessed meeting, might I request a prayer of safety for our journey?
Hello? Oh, okay. Okay, Holo doesn't seem to mind the horn.
Yeah.
Are you on your way to Reuvenhagen?
Yeah.
Yes. We took this route from Porisson.
Why would you choose this road? Would you consider hiring me? I can help. So...
Oh. Well, we're just a couple of traveling merchants, you see.
Shepherds have many tasks. So, while I raised and cared for sheep, I learned how to drive the wolves away.
Ah.
What'd you say, you little bitch?
Ah.
What are you thinking? Should we?
I am cuter by far.
Fucking Holo!
Oh. And I'm not being swayed by her looks. You're cuter by far, after all.
She's like, I can tell if you're lying.
Yeah.
She handles her dog with great finesse. When I recall the troublesome shepherds, there was one common thread. Their ability to work well together with their clever dogs. Do you truly intend to hire the girl?
Well,
Is your hatred of shepherds really that bad?
If we commit to hiring her, we will travel together for quite some time.
yeah, she will learn about
Problem
me.
with that?
Let's think. It'll take 2 days for us to reach Reuvenhagen. It's just... I'm curious if a shepherd really can guard us against wolves. You'll be fine, right?
Yeah. Remember, I had a bad experience with wolves too, so...
Oh, I get it now. Could it be... you wish to hear something like this? How could you?
Is that what you were expecting to happen?
2 days should not prove to be an issue.
I'm sorry to make you wait.
It's fine. Hi. My name is Nora Arendt.
Nora Arendt.
Okay.
Arendt. She's...
I know. You're trying to make the joke. I'm trying to think of one too.
I lived in a shelter for those too poor to go elsewhere.
Is that so?
But still, even when I was
She grew up
young,
without
I always
money?
wanted a job of my own to help pass the days. He was ragged when I met him. All
He's like, this story bores me.
Was it wolves?
No, probably bandits or mercenaries.
Normal shepherds wouldn't take a job like this.
Right. Well, I suppose I want someone to talk to.
So the only areas left are filled with wolves, huh?
Yes.
Nothing so troublesome as a wolf. Furthermore, they're cunning and underhanded beasts.
They may be listening to us, so we should not speak ill of them, to be safe.
Right.
Wow.
Wait, do you
Wow.
actually just know?
Yeah.
There's no way I could take care of too many more.
It sounds like your employer lacks a discerning eye. Have you considered working with anyone else?
What? And leave my employer?
Yes?
Is it normal to change your employer sometimes?
Not really.
You could do much worse. Does the church not offer steady work?
Yes. I'm fortunate for what I have. You think I'm all right?
I do. I'm certain they don't offer the highest pay in the land. But as long as God doesn't abandon us, I say the church is here to stay. I know merchants in Ruvenhagen. I'm sure they hear about your good work. God may have many rules, but he never forbade having a second job.
Now, if you really want better wages, you could form a group with the other shepherds to
Right.
negotiate better rates. Call it a union or something.
The two of you seem to enjoy chatting with one another.
Well, she wanted someone to talk to. Is there a reason for me to refuse?
She says it's fine. It isn't fine.
If it's love at first sight, I would miss the pleasure of watching someone's affection for me grow.
Uh-huh. She's like, wait, what? What?
Helen like you.
She's like, you threw back. Let's
Yeah.
go. Sometime later.
Oh, what a laugh.
Glad I could assist.
Was I?
Surely an awful mood. You weren't able to groom your tail.
Oh, yes. I had forgotten about that.
Oh,
Wait, one moment.
what?
Oh, what is it?
I do think from time to time some raw mutton would prove nice on the palate.
That's cruel. Like, no.
Over there.
Although I am gonna be curious. Nora, where's your food? Like,
I've got a bag of trail mix.
I am a woman. I don't eat. I just...
I really appreciate it.
Are you only able to guard people going down this road the three of us just traveled?
I can go as far as Castrata and Porzon.
Kind of shaking there for a second.
If you can go to Lomtra, you'll have no trouble finding customers.
Thank you for all your help.
Certainly. Well, we'll be entering through the gate over there.
Okay, so we'll kind of put her storyline to the side here for now.
Yep.
And now I am imagining eating those honey pickled peaches you spoke
Yes.
about. I cannot wait till we
That
indulge.
was still on your mind?
Oh, yes. That was unnecessary, but very appreciated.
Wasn't it great?
Yes.
So, are you paying the taxes with cash or with goods?
With goods.
A wise decision. Go there and give them one set of armor.
Wow. Just a full suit.
Yep.
Damn.
5%.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing.
Huh. Something odd.
Yeah.
And might I add,
Oh?
I have grown quite hungry.
All right, let's see a city.
Yeah. All the stalls.
Market, market, market.
Delicious.
Okay, fried food. Ale, yes.
Hey,
Yep.
clean up.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the reason you need me to come along? I would like to keep drinking in the square.
It's risky to leave you alone.
Oh, you worry for me.
That the priest pray for him as soon as he's able. The church is the only thing who can believe in these things.
He didn't look very happy to see her.
Knights have their armor they can use to protect themselves, but we merchants have nothing to save us but our connections to each other. That's what we call
Right.
the Merchant Association.
Nice, nice. I think I figured out the thing with the shepherd girl too.
Yeah.
Wait here for me, all right?
Oh,
Here?
what? But
Did you not bring me here
Yes!
to come inside and show off my beauty to your fellow merchants?
I can't unless we got married. I doubt you want to go through those rowdy.
what? Stun locked.
I am no child to placate.
Oh no.
Fine.
Yeah,
all right.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Who would come here to do business in an hour like this?
I knew I would like this guy.
Yeah.
Money.
A great merchant cares not for that.
Scoundrel, you've gotten very clever lately. Since the last time I saw you. Welcome home, my son.
Ah,
Stop calling me your son.
What are you talking about? I seem to recall that when you were younger, you would often wet the bed while camping outside.
I'm Kraft
Shut up,
Lawrence,
Dad.
Son of
Yeah.
Jacob Tarantino of the Great Rowan Trading Guild.
Ah, there you are. It's been about a year since you last paid a visit to your home here in Ruvenhagen.
Did a merchant named Lawrence visit recently?
As you can see, we haven't had a single soul visit today, much less a merchant looking to trade with us.
There's some news for him from Latperone Trading in Porosan.
oh,
Okay. I think
cool.
because I think I remember what happens, but I'm not 100%.
Okay.
All right.
We got
We're in
ourselves to
Ruvenhagen.
Rugenhaven. Ruvenhagen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
We have also found out that this is one of the places that Lawrence grew up. At the very least, he went from, young man to, merchant man, probably.
Right.
Not necessarily, boy to man. But that being said, here we're going to have great sweet treats.
Yep.
We're going to have church stuff we're going to have to navigate. We're going to have all the more strict rules with regards to city life as far as
Yes.
things go there, with
All
regards
the-
to taxes, tariffs, and all that stuff.
Exactly. The pros and the cons. Oh, you're bringing in armor? All right. Well, one of those
Pop
is.
one up
Yep.
just for entering. Damn.
Yeah.
Like, I love that we're bringing this up in a very, real, immediate way in the story. But the idea of civilized cities with walls and stuff, there's so much inherent safety that comes from that.
And that infrastructure is expensive.
Well, just the idea that if you're a farmer, for the city or what have you, for your lord or noble or whatever, in this very medieval feudal system or what have you, you don't have protection from roving bandits or mercenaries.
Nope.
You just don't.
Yeah.
And the amount of time it would take to have someone come and, help you
You'll
is
be dead
the
by then.
2 days later,
Yeah, it's the.
we heard about that family that just got attacked and all their place or stuff. Send our strongest knights to go deal with them.
Right.
It'll take us a week to go hunt them down, you know?
Exactly. It's a preventative and retaliatory system
Right.
rather than. Preventative via retaliation rather
Yes.
than actually stop it.
So the intimidation and the, prowess of the city, its infrastructure, the knights, everything associated with that keeps order. But it's also just nice to have the order that you can actually maintain within walls and stuff like that. So, civilization, fun.
Yeah.
Now, that's not what Holo has an issue with, though. Holo, if anything, is like, oh, cool, walls, city, that means beer, that means
Right.
snacks, that means food.
Government people suck, but
No, her issue is random shepherd girl. And I don't think it's just because she's cute and Lawrence is straight as fuck. But no, it's the, there's something about her that really just
rubs her the wrong way.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of annoys her.
Maybe
And
it was actually just the dog the whole time.
I don't think it was the dog.
Yeah.
I really think that they're pointing at a couple things that are either tied to Holo's past or the idea of what shepherds represent in the world of wild nature.
Okay.
Like shepherds are we domesticate animals. And maybe animal domestication is a form of,
Sure.
turning animals into like subhuman, basically.
Okay,
in that
I like
reference
it.
there, and that could be negative. It could also just be that Holo had a really negative experience with shepherds at one point.
Sure.
It could be that this shepherd in particular is pretending to be all meek and timid and is actually very smart, intelligent, and knows how to handle wolves and such. Could also be just some element of this person is a little duplicitous in some specific way, and Holo can just kind of tell, you know? But I am excited to see what this ends up being. The church angle, though, and her wanting to potentially switch employers makes sense.
Yep.
But
she
I
can
think,
tell that they don't really like her.
Right. And the thing that immediately makes sense to me is that, well, she's not having any wolf problems, which then makes her seem like the sorcerer, potentially.
Right.
But the church is getting value from her tending the sheep. So,
and they are having her tend them here.
Right, which is probably the
or at the very least, all the other places are taken by the other shepherds.
which is probably just the church cutting costs. Let's be real; they're being cheapskates, basically, and they're like, we're not going to give our sheep to some big company, so we're going to hire this girl and we're going to put her in a shitty area, so we won't have to, pay, as much or what have you with the other people or deal with other shepherd problems or organizations or something. But if then people are like, oh, this place is actually fine to go through because there's a guide that can bring people
They did
through that.
bring up that idea of like, there's 2 ways to get to this city. And, oh, hey.
Nobody goes this way.
Nobody goes this way. And then, Lawrence and Holo are forced to go this way because, hey, there's a bunch of mercenaries the other way.
Right.
Makes total sense, right? But the idea that for the other merchants that are there, they're basically just at a standstill. They're like, well, we don't really know what to do because both ways seem like shit,
Yeah. And there was also that little bit of like, you came by where?
Yeah. Like,
so they're almost like, wait, so did you come this direction then? Because one of the things that I think is logical is that this city doesn't just have one gate necessarily. It's big enough that the city would have multiple gates. So if they're entering through one gate and they're from this area, they're like, so you took that direction then?
Gotcha.
Like, it's very likely.
Well, and yeah, there is absolutely the possibility that something sussy's going on with regards to like
the church and the merchants and stuff.
And the routes to the city. I was actually kind of surprised. Now, given that they seemed distant from the other merchants when they ran into Nora, it's probably just that they had already left them pretty far behind.
Yeah.
But like, if Lawrence was wanting to help her out and they were nearby, it could have been a thing of like, hey, yeah, I'll hire you, but like, really, what we should do, we could get a caravan going, and if you can actually keep the wolves off of us, great.
You could make so much money.
You could make a ton of money because these people need to get here, right?
Yeah.
Like they have stuff that they need to sell, and they just might not be able to sell it, or they have to go somewhere else.
I'll back up your story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he was operating on a little bit of faith, if you will, and that she was actually knew what she was doing.
Right. Hence him going to Holo and like checking and stuff.
Right, which is fun because then it's the so now you're a man of faith, is it? Like, I wanted Holo to bring that up of the idea of, like, what proof do you have that she's actually, it's like, well, she's a shepherd and she's in this region, so obviously she's not having wolf problems. It's like, well, what's to say that she can handle, guarding not just, her sheep, but also your horse, like...
There was... I definitely get the vibe from Lawrence that, like, the church... Because, like, there's the times when he's interacting with like known church people.
Yes.
And so he does the church thing.
Yeah, I don't think he has any faith at all.
No, I don't think so either. I feel like that was maybe the in case this is a potential point of common ground.
No. I understand that. I'm saying that basically in this moment where he took her word for it as a shepherd, he did all the greeting stuff to determine she's a shepherd, she's a proper shepherd. Mm-hmm. Therefore, she's not having any issues with wolves because the sheep are here. But she could have just gotten lucky. She could be lying. There's elements of what Lawrence is doing that is basically a form of risk with no guarantee of return. It's an element of something that I would call it's why I think Holo had a point that it's like, and you're not doing this just because she's cute or something.
No. Like him hiring her.
Mm-hmm.
what about that is necessary? Like they
Well,
did.
he heard there was wolves in the region, you know.
Sure, but I guess if he does believe that Holo could actually like keep him safe and okay, which let's be real, of course she could, and she wouldn't need to go into her like big form or whatever. She could probably just be like bark, and they'd run. But like
true.
But then from the merchant standpoint, you are spending money for something that you don't need.
Right.
That doesn't sound like you.
Yes.
Now, if it's from the standpoint of, this person is a shepherd in this area.
I'm building a contact relationship.
I'm building a contact, and they're competent, so they'll probably stick around.
I understand that, yeah.
But yeah, it is something that does seem a bit odd.
Well, right. So I would put it also is that he doesn't necessarily want to have Holo have to reveal herself in any way in order to get around the wolf situation.
Sure. Yeah.
And then also he's treating Holo kind of like a guard dog, where it's all right, Holo, now please don't go to sleep. It's time for you to do your watch out for wolf stuff here. Mm-hmm. I think in a lot of ways there's I want you to, be able to just relax and everything like that. But I do think he was operating a little bit illogically. Mm-hmm. He was operating a little bit with his dick. And then he was also, not necessarily thinking about the way in which this risks Holo being found out a little bit.
Exactly, which is where we can get some kind of fun, like both of them having things that don't fully line up. Like, him asking Holo, like, hey, are you going to be cool with this? She's like, oh, of course. No, she wasn't.
No.
But then also, oh, yeah, no, I'm a merchant, prophet. That doesn't have anything to do with this.
Doubt.
Yeah, exactly. But then they get to the city, and it's like,
can we talk about the line?
Oh, which one?
The one that made her laugh for 2 hours.
Oh yeah,
or whatever that was.
Right. The line about love and all that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If it's love at first sight, then
you don't get the opportunity to watch it grow.
Yeah.
It's like,
which is hilarious because of the meta of what this story is.
Yes.
But from what Holo was laughing about, that's cruel, Holo. Because I think what she's laughing at is the idea that, like, you really are, like, incapable of making a woman love you. It's because it's because you've been alone all this time. And so you've coped with the idea of,
I didn't see it as that at all. I saw it as, I think Holo has a little bit of like Kaguya energy with like the first person to confess loses. We're doing our witty repartee, ha.
Well,
Benetti's defense against me. You said the love word. I haven't said anything like that. So,
well, no. Again, this doesn't have to be connected to them.
Oh,
I think
sure.
it's the idea that in this moment here, he's trying to be all cool and romantic.
Sure.
But what she hears is Lawrence, one, traveling merchant, pretending to know about romance.
Sure.
You have probably never had a serious relationship with a woman. Therefore, you then think that, because if there's not love at first sight, that's a good thing because then you can... So you've never initiated the spark. You've never had that just moment of attraction, and then everything just becomes a rush of emotions. And so you have no riz, like basically, like
I did not see it as that. Interesting.
I think that this is a very not defined take here, but I just find it really funny that he is the definition of the guy that could be I sleep with a girl in this city, and then I sleep with a girl in this city, and
right.
And then he's making the point of like, no, I'm a true true romance.
Right.
And I don't believe in just the fling where it's just immediate attraction. No. And she's like, oh yes, cope. And then, yes. Oh yes, that's why you just haven't experienced that. You don't believe in it because you just have no game. Oh, that I feel so sorry for you.
All right, when you say it like that,
that's the only reason why I would find her to be like laughing that hysterically. It's the boy who pretends to know about love, talking to the ancient being who's had many relationships. And he's like, yes, I'm a serious romancer. That's why
and all of that
I don't believe in this love at first sight stuff.
And all of that on top of
virgin,
all of that on top of the just it being something that took her by surprise.
Right.
She was genuinely upset at him. And so it's something where it's like, it did work because he's basically saying, hey, we've got our slow burn thing going, Holo, and this is good.
Right, but that's mega subtle. Like that's
oh no, I think that was pretty straightforward because he's clearly not talking just about Nora, right? Like there would be no point to that.
But that's a read. That's a read. That is
no, but like so much of the stuff that they do is all with the yes, we'll talk about a thing and like and then there's the undertone.
Okay,
right?
So do you think Lawrence has game? Like, do you think he's on a 1 to 10? How good of a flirt do you think he is? Like with what we've got so far.
Like in general?
Yeah. With Holo specifically.
Oh, with Holo specifically. Oh, I think he's got it going pretty good.
He's pretty good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's why it's fun because they're a great match for each other, right? The things that each of them want, the other person can supply pretty easily.
Right, but I think that makes them actually predisposed towards each other, not actually making it where it shows their skill because it's actually really easy.
No, totally. But you're talking about specifically with regards to Holo.
No.
Yeah,
I
outside
agree.
of Holo, I would agree. This guy talks to his horse.
That's my point. Is that outside of Holo, I'll bet you he hasn't had like anybody and.
Well, or when he does,
he's all business,
he's paying for it.
Right.
Let's be real. Because
no. That's a waste of money. That could be invested in other things.
Okay, all right. There's
this guy is money minded on that grind.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good point. And that the whole thing about him doing that was specifically brought up as like the thing that he did in his youth.
Yeah,
and as like an embarrassing thing. So yeah, that's a good point. He probably is like, nope, I did that once. It was fun, but a terrible financial decision.
Right. The brothel era was I was not like, well, actually, no, he was. The guy did say he was a merchant at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he, it's the classic thing of yes, people that are young and don't have much of an eye for the future, they're like, we made, like real job money.
Okay, so
to the brothel we go, boys. Let's go.
Okay, so actually that's a good point. So he's definitely gotten laid, right?
Oh yeah, he's not
definitely.
In an absolute sense, of course.
Right.
Has he been on potentially a very dry spell and everything?
Yes.
Oh, I think so. Absolutely.
I think it's self-imposed. And also, it's his own lament.
No, yeah. I mean, okay. All right. There are the exceptions of people that are actually not, like, desiring that, of course, right? Exempting that.
Yes.
If you have a situation where you're in a dry spell, you might make peace with that. You might be able to get see the benefits of that, right?
Sure.
But no, nobody wants to be there. Like, no.
I love that we're having this conversation so much.
Like him being like, yeah, I'm a traveling merchant because that's kind of what I have to do. I don't have enough like money to open up a store and things like that. And so, he sleeps in the wagon. He does all this stuff. He has to deal with wolves. He talks to his horse.
Smells like shit.
I'll bet he smells like shit.
Yeah.
And he has his regular intervals where, he stops the wagon and goes out into the grass and, tugs one out or something, right?
I just have to imagine that it's just this thing where
like lonely bachelor for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
And yeah.
But it's the thing of where I'm like, wait, but then he just strikes the pot of gold where this gorgeous wolf girl.
That's why it's a fantasy, and she also makes him money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But the idea that at this point, she is not just flirting with him. She is flirting with him like very overtly and directly.
Oh, yeah. No, and she also knows how to flirt with him specifically in his love language, where it's you care about money a bunch? Cool. So I'm going to make you give me the thing that you care about, but I'm also going to give you the thing that you care about.
But my man is such a grinding merchant.
Uh-huh.
He has not overtly to the same degree flirted back.
Oh, definitely not.
Not even close.
Yeah, no, there have absolutely been the things where
which informs even more to me the idea that he is not about that game. Like,
and let's be real. Okay, if I give Lawrence potentially more credit than he's due.
Okay.
I think he knows how to negotiate. So I think there's a possibility that this is true. Is that he knows that Holo likes it when someone plays hard to get. that Holo likes to, pun intended, be on the hunt.
On the hunt, yes.
Right?
Yes,
and so,
absolutely.
Because she likes to be in that feeling of control and power and all that stuff.
Now, to be fair, you have, consumed much of the story. So I'm operating off of, 8 episodes of knowledge here.
Hey, we're coming pretty close on the part.
Now, Lawrence probably doesn't have, that much of a read on her character yet. Like,
not.
I'm sure he's gonna get there, but
I think he's pretty close. Like, because the banter that they have comes from a good understanding of each other, right?
I just think that Lawrence realized somewhere along the line when she kept laughing that he's like, she's mocking me. Wait, why is she mocking me? Oh, and then
sure, yeah, it's the okay, cool. That's what she wanted. Like, it made her not upset anymore.
Right.
Which is what I wanted and why I said it. She's really laughing for a long time.
This is feeling kind of emasculating.
I would not entirely be surprised.
Yeah.
I would not entirely be surprised.
But
I guess they just need to bang and see what happens.
Well, bang, okay. I think that is written in the stars. It is just going to happen, 76 episodes later.
So, any vibes on the whole weird situation in the town?
Okay, yeah, we'll pivot. The town feels like the church and the merchants have very specific trade routes and ways that they want things to go.
Okay.
And the idea that he showed up from a way and a route and a location that might make them go, wait,
that shouldn't happen.
Our system is not working here.
Okay.
Means that they might have to, investigate, evaluate, or potentially change some things. And I'm excited for that because we had it basically given direct exposition, was that last episode or 2 episodes ago, about the idea that the church and the merchants in Reuvenhagen
right, the whole thing with the gold and all that
in bed
stuff.
with each other.
You're absolutely
completely.
In bed with each other. Yep.
Totally. Meaning that the stuff with the gold trade means at the very least the supply is being messed with, but the things that could be done to artificially mess with demand could be also being messed with.
Sure.
It would make sense that they would play both sides of supply and
that
demand.
does make a lot of sense. Yeah. And yet there was also, on top of that, somebody that was coming here looking for Lawrence.
Right, from the town that they were just at.
Right.
Which, if that's the case, it makes sense that it's something to do with the trade that he just went through. But it also doesn't have to be. So I don't know.
We will see.
But do you have anything to say?
No, I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on that because I think I'm pretty sure I remembered what it was.
Oh, okay, cool. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.